Hello, and welcome to episode 3 of Sleep Startle, a podcast by me, Maya Carlton. Today, I'll be reading a very short story written by me. I think someday I'll be able to stop saying that. Life begets life and death. So let's get started. The sun enters slanted through the large bay window, illuminating a modern room. A silhouette lays in the bed, distorted by the weight of a 9-month pregnant belly. Her breaths, consistent and content, waiting for the sun to reach her face, and a lazy Sunday morning to start. She was 9 months pregnant, after all. Nothing required a rush, except for the day when her labor started. That's why she was here, in Reno, in a large, beautiful Airbnb, waiting for the day her baby would come, so she could share it with family. The smell of coffee wafted into the room, and her seafoam eyes opened. A small smile grew onto her lips. Today would be the day. She had a strong feeling. The weight of the baby bore down on her as she got out of bed, but she was stronger and loved the feeling. Being pregnant was one of her favorite things. She found it odd other expectant mothers only complained. She was bringing a light into this world, a life comprised of half of her, a beautiful complex of cells, and to her this was magic. She makes her way into the kitchen, dying for some decaf bean water goodness. Her husband always made 2 pots, one for her, made with decaf, and one for him full of caffeine deliciousness. She couldn't wait to have caffeine again, and she couldn't wait to hold her baby boy while she drank it. "Good morning, my goddess. Today's the day," her husband cooed. "Yes, I actually think it is," she replied. A warm smile spread across everyone's face. It wasn't just her and her husband waiting. The kitchen was full. 2 mothers, fathers, and grandparents waiting for the new member of the family to come. Other than humans, her first babies are there, fur babies. Buddy the dog and Blackjack the cat. She couldn't leave them home alone. They had to see the magic and help welcome the new baby boy into this joyous world. She begins having a cramp, not one that inherently feels like a contraction, but she headed it to the bedroom to lie down, husband in tow. She lays on the bed and turns her head, the words formulating on her lips. "I think it's time." But they never escape. Only a scream, one filled with true terror, one filled with flaming, hot pain. A rich, dark smoke fills the room. An explosion has made her ears ring. She can't see her husband anymore. She can't see anything. The only thing visible is the roof beginning to decay, pieces falling to every side of her, just missing the delicate bump protruding from her stomach. She isn't religious, but she prays, not for herself or her husband or her family, but for the baby in her stomach to survive, to live a good life, even without mom and dad. A hot, sticky substance begins to drip onto her face. She peers up, and through the smoke she sees a body hanging from an airplane seat, dangling directly above her. She thinks she screamed, but her ears are still ringing, so there's no real way to tell, especially because her lungs are filling with a thick, black tar. Another sharp pain hits her, most likely a cut. She'll make it. The ambulance will come in time to save her and the baby. She'll make it. These thoughts play over and over in her mind. The ambulance will come. A plane crashed. The neighbors must have seen it. An ambulance will come. They'll find me and the baby. A longer, worse pain, like a wave engulfs her. Contractions. The baby wants to come now. She wanted to keep him in, where it was safe, where the black tar would not fill his lungs. But he wanted to come now. A baby's cry can be heard, nearly indistinguishable from approaching sirens. A horrible tragedy occurred today. A small Cessna 182, destined to land at the Reno airport, has crashed into a single-family home. First responders arrived on the scene only to find mass carnage in the plane's wake. Both passengers accompanying the pilot have died. Along with them, a large family occupying the home has also perished. The only survivor was a newborn baby, found protected by the family dog. Both have been taken into medical care to treat severe injuries, but are likely to survive. The mother died giving birth to the child, but will be at peace knowing he has survived and will be cared for by his aunt. A single life spared, a silver lining. Life begets life, and death. Well, that was it. There was your short story, and I think that I'm going to start adding this to the end of every podcast, a little short explanation. While it might not explain everything because my mind works in mysterious ways, and these are all dreams, and dreams can't really be explained, I like to add this on. It makes it a tad bit longer. This one was extremely short, but I liked that about it. I didn't need to make it any crazy long amount. I'd written 2 longer stories, so this short one was a nice change. I oddly have dreams where I'm pregnant a lot. I'm not looking to be pregnant or have a baby anytime soon, but I have dreams about it, and typically they go wrong, such as that dream that I just had. I decided to write this story this morning, just because it was on my mind, and I was like, well, actually, that would be a pretty good short one, you know? There's not much to it. I don't feel like I need to put names or develop characters. It's just a mother's worst nightmare. So if you're a mom out there and you've listened to this, I'm sorry. I hope you don't have a baby with you, and I hope you're not on a flight path. Maybe it's because I'm on a flight path, so I'm constantly hearing planes. When cars go by my house, you can hear the cars in the background of these, and also my terrible animals. So get used to that if you're going to listen to this podcast. But I hope you're enjoying, and I hope you get ready to hear a new one of these every single week. And I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye!